Like damn, she wanna afford to touch me. I say I want it, and she got it.
What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into Smackdown from July the 12th, 2024. A pretty solid show for the most part, especially the ending. So we are 3 weeks away until SummerSlam. So we kicked the show off with Tiffany Stratton. She came out to a decent reaction. She says on Saturday She says on Saturday it became Tiffany time when she became the youngest Miss Money in the Bank in WWE history. She says that Trish Stratus may have been the host, but she was the real star of the show. Tiffany says it's her time. And then she puts all the women's champions on notice. Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Bayley. She's told them to keep their heads on the swivel because their title reigns are on Tiffany time. And very soon, they'll all be saying, and new WWE Women's Champion. So Tiffany is interrupted by Bayley, who comes out to a pretty decent reaction. So Bayley congratulates Tiffany on her huge win. Bayley says she knows what it takes. Tiffany asks what Bayley's doing out there. What Bayley is doing here. My bad. And that she should know that it's Tiffany time. Bayley says she doesn't care. She's out here to give her advice. She said that she won Money in the Bank in 2019, but Tiffany probably didn't even know about WWE in 2019, which was kind of funny. Because Tiffany Stratton is, 24? So that was 5 years ago. So, yeah, I mean, she knew about WWE. I mean, she was a teenager. She was in high school. Probably in her junior year of high school. So, she would know what WWE is. Come on. She's only 24, Bayley. So, Tiffany says that 2019 was a million years ago. Not really. It was 5 years ago. And she's only been in the business for 3 years, and she's already the youngest women's Money in the Bank. Bayley tells Tiffany if she plans on cashing it in on her to use it, she'll be making history. I mean, she better be she better plan on making history again. I'm becoming the first woman to ever fail her cash in. So Nia then comes out. So Nia tells Bayley that she needs to stop making empty threats. Nia reminds Bayley that they have a match at SummerSlam where she'll be taking the title off of her. So Bayley tells Nia that she doesn't know who she's talking to. This isn't the NXT version, the hugger Bayley. This is the Grand Slam winner, Royal Rumble winner, Bayley. The same Bayley that will embarrass her at SummerSlam. That was a great line. Bayley says if she slips on a banana peel somehow at SummerSlam and Nia wins, Bayley asks Tiffany what's she going to do. Is she going to cash it in on Nia or not? Nia tells Bayley that she's aware that Bayley is no longer the hugger. Nia tells Bayley she has no problem with Tiffany, and she's her personal Barbie doll. But Bayley is not a toy. She's her victim. And at SummerSlam, Nia is going to victimize her. And so Bayley gets into a fight with Nia real quick. And then Tiffany gets involved. They double team her. Michin comes out with a kendo stick to make the save. So this is a pretty good little segment to start the show, I guess. I like this. This actually does make sense. Hopefully they continue to tease the cash in with Tiffany. Hopefully she'll do it on Raw and NXT as well. So I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't think Tiffany will cash in at SummerSlam. I think it'll be a while before she cashes in, honestly. I wouldn't rush it with Tiffany. I wouldn't. I would honestly hold it for a while. You got a full calendar year to hold it. There's no point in wasting it at SummerSlam. Moving on. So Chelsea Green, she's backstage. She's wearing a purple neck brace. Standing with Piper Niven. So Byron Saxton comes in. Chelsea Green says that the whole world is calling her Mother Mayhem and the Princess of Pain, and she's waiting for Nick Aldis to answer her. All right, that's fine. Who gives a damn? Not really all that important. So this leads us into our first match of the night. Nia Jax defeats Michin. She wins via the Annihilator for the 1-2-3. Post-match, Bayley gets into the ring. She hits Nia from behind. Tiffany Stratton gets involved. She hits her with the Money in the Bank briefcase, that being Bayley. Nia does a leg drop. And then both Tiffany and Nia, they stand tall. So Nia leaves the ring. Fans begin to chant, cash it in. So Tiffany then tells the referee she wants to cash it in. But Nia immediately gets back in the ring and gives Tiffany like a really confused look. Tiffany shakes her head and says for them to leave. And both of them leave the ring. And Nia's looking confused. So Tiffany high-fives Nia. So this is kind of cool. I do like this. This makes perfect sense. Again, don't rush the cash in. Don't rush it. Play with this thing for a little bit. You know, let this thing get some steam. I really wouldn't even do it this year. I would wait till like a WrestleMania to do it, honestly. I think that would be great. I would wait. I really would not rush into anything. Or maybe if Tiffany didn't want to wait till WrestleMania, she could also do it at the Royal Rumble as well. So, I don't know. But I would really hold on to the cash-in for a while. I would hold on for the briefcase for a minute. At least a good 4 to 6 months. I wouldn't rush into it, really. If I were booking the show, but Triple H, I don't know. Moving on. So Solo Sikoa, he's backstage with the new Bloodline. He says that the Bloodline had all the titles and would still have them if it wasn't for Roman Reigns. Solo says he's there to build a new family and a more powerful family, a more aggressive family. And this family will rule for decades as long as he's the tribal chief. And by the end of tonight, everyone will acknowledge him, including Cody Rhodes. Okay, that's cool. That makes sense. I actually like this. Moving on. So, there was a pre-recorded video involving Byron Saxton and Andrade. So, they're sitting down in the arena. It's empty. And Andrade talks about the Money in the Bank match. So, Carmelo Hayes comes in, who tells him that he should be talking about the guy everyone is talking about. Andrade tells him he did not say he was the MVP. The fans were saying it. Carmelo says he should be treated better. Andrade says what's next for Andrade is him, and he points to Carmelo Hayes. And Andrade tells Carmelo he's next. So Carmelo then stands up, and then he dips out. This is interesting, having Andrade be a face. That makes perfect sense, and I do like this. I was actually thinking that this was going to be on the card tonight, but it was not. So we're going to get the match next week, which is fine, and this needs to be a feud. This doesn't need to be a one-and-done match. This needs to be an actual feud. I think this would be tremendous. This should be very, very fun. Can't wait for that. It's going to be good shit. It's going to be really good shit. Moving on. So, Legado del Fantasma, featuring Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, they defeated the team of Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. Match was fun. Baron Corbin did a dive off the ropes with assistance from Apollo. And it's cool to see Baron Corbin be a babyface again, which is great. It's kind of cool. So, Angel Garza got the win via the wing clipper, and makes sense. Also, Elektra Lopez is sexy as got in the ring, and she distracted the ref, and that allowed for Santos Escobar to run into the ring, hit a nasty flying knee, and Angel got the win via the wing clipper. So, really good stuff. I like what they're doing with Legado del Fantasma. This kicks ass. Really good stuff. Moving on. So, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, they're backstage. So, in come Pretty Deadly. I believe one of the guys from Pretty Deadly is wearing, I want to say, flats. Like women's flats, which is kind of weird. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on, man? Like, you're going a little bit too deep in the gimmick. Like, that's a little bit too much, man. And I'm a huge fan of Pretty Deadly, but that's a little bit too much. I'm not sure which one that was. Was it Kit Wilson or Elton Prince? I want to say it was Kit. I don't think it was Elton. Damn, but that was kind of weird. I was like, what the fuck? Like, whoa. Like, okay, that's a little bit too much. So, Piper Niven's reading a book called How to Start a Cult. And Pretty Deadly tell them that they want to talk to Nick Aldis about the Pretty Deadly musical. Chelsea Green tells them to get in line. So, LA Knight then walks out of Nick Aldis' office. Chelsea asks him if Nick Aldis is busy. LA Knight says he'll call her, and then he walks to the ring. So that's fine. Moving on. So Cody Rhodes is sitting backstage. In comes Randy Orton. Randy tells Cody that he knows Cody doesn't want him out there with him tonight, but if things go sideways, he'll have his back. Randy Orton says Kevin Owens feels the same way, but he's not here tonight. He's home with his family. Randy says if Cody can find himself in the ring tonight, give Solo a piece of his mind. Randy says when the thing with the Bloodline is finally over, he'll have a lot of men in the locker room going after the championship, and he'll have his back when that happens as well. Cody thanks him, and then Randy Orton leaves. I like this. This is great. So this is setting up Cody and Randy slowly but surely. Again, we don't need the match this year. Just wait. Let that cook for a while and let it simmer. You don't want to rush that match. Wait a while. I wouldn't do that match at all this year at all. I wouldn't do that till next year. It'd be a while before I do it. But I did like that. So, really good stuff there. Moving on. So, LA Knight is out next. He gets on the mic. He comes up to a massive reaction. So, LA Knight says that Money in the Bank came and went. He's not going to make excuses. It didn't go his way. LA Knight says he started to think that he's the walking embodiment of Money in the Bank. He says for everyone to look at the path to the Money in the Bank. So, the air footage of what happened when he pinned Logan Paul in the Money in the Bank qualifying match 2 weeks ago. So LA Knight says that every person in the arena saw LA Knight move on to Money in the Bank. But look a little deeper. They saw LA Knight pin the United States champion. With that in mind, so LA Knight then grabs the folder and says that he got this from the office of Nick Aldis. And it was just for him. It had Nick's signature on it. And that it's a contract for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. So LA Knight then promptly signs the contract. The only thing missing is the signature from Logan Paul. LA Knight says that he would like to have Logan Paul walk out and sign the contract, but we all know that Logan Paul's not here tonight. So LA Knight says that he'll get the contract signed, and at SummerSlam, he'll own Logan Paul and the belt, and everybody will be saying, LA Knight, yeah. So that's great. I love this. This is excellent. LA Knight has to win at SummerSlam. I'm a fan of both guys. I'm a fan of Logan Paul. I'm a fan of LA Knight. But LA Knight definitely needs something, and he needs to be U.S. champion. I think he would be a great U.S. champion. I think that's where he's best at. I don't think he'll be I don't think he'll be world champion. He could if he gets switched to Raw sometime next year. But as of right now, him being U.S. champion would be phenomenal. It'd be great. He's already massively over. So this makes sense, and this is one of the matches I'm looking forward to at SummerSlam. Moving right along. So we get a Blair Davenport promo and video package before the match for whatever reason. Nothing important. So Blair Davenport then proceeds to lose to Naomi. She does the I guess you would call it like the Bubba Bomb full Nelson slam, and then she did her little pin, and that's how Naomi got the win. So I guess she's been using that as of late. I have no idea why she doesn't use Starstruck anymore. I don't know. That's kind of weird, but it is what it is. But Naomi winning makes perfect sense. Blair Davenport, in my opinion, I'm a huge fan of her. I like her work. I'm not going to hold you guys up. Blair should really be back in NXT. She should. Since they're bringing in Julia, they're going to bring Stephanie Vacker in, and they're soon to bring in Delta. I haven't checked her out, but she's supposed to be one of the other women that's going to be signed. I would love to have Blair Davenport back down in NXT to work with some of those ladies. I think that would be fucking tremendous. That really would. Blair is not ready for the main roster because of Triple H. Triple H does not give a shit about Blair Davenport. He has no plans for her. Again, Shawn Michaels needs to grab Blair Davenport from SmackDown immediately and put her back in NXT. That women's roster in NXT is about to get fucking stacked. And Jordynne Grace is about to come in next year as well. So that division is going to get stacked. But Blair definitely needs to be in that division. Fuck having her on the main roster. Fuck that shit. Moving on. So Naomi is walking backstage. So she's stopped by Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. All three of them embrace, and they congratulate her on her win. Naomi tells them that they'll win back the Women's World Tag Team Championships. Jade and Bianca say that that's their primary. That's their priority. But Nick Aldis isn't here. So, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, they storm into Nick Aldis' office immediately, and then immediately they're walking away angry. So Blair Davenport comes in. She congratulates Naomi on her win. They shake hands. So Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, they come out of Nick Aldis' office. Chelsea then tells Naomi that Nick Aldis isn't there, and then Blair attacks them from behind, and she starts to laugh. A waste of time. I don't give a shit about any of this. Moving on. DIY, they defeat A-Town Down Under for a second week in a row. They retain their tag team championships. Who gives a shit? Post-match, Jacob Fatu showed up, wrecked shit, destroyed both guys, did a moonsault and everything else. Tremendous shit. This leads us into the final segment. So Solo Sikoa came out with the rest of the Bloodline. Solo tells the fans to acknowledge him. Solo asks if he should remind everyone what happens to those who do not acknowledge him. So then a "We Want Roman" chant breaks out from the fans. Solo says that Jamie didn't acknowledge him. He's gone. Paul Heyman, same thing. He's gone too. Solo says that they have him now because Roman Reigns chant breaks out. And if Roman Reigns decides to come back, Roman will acknowledge Solo as his tribal chief. Solo says, but tonight is about Cody Rhodes. It's Cody Rhodes' turn to acknowledge him. So Cody Rhodes comes out to a massive pop as usual. Cody stands across from the Bloodline. So Cody says that he's heard everything that Solo is saying, and he's sure that Solo can figure it out. And they want the same thing. Cody tells him he has to speak to Nick Aldis, but he should consider it official at SummerSlam, the WWE Undisputed Championship. But if it really was up to Cody, the match would be tonight. He's not going to be waiting until SummerSlam. He will do it right here and now. Then Cody then drops the mic. The Bloodline surround Cody. So Jacob Fatu hits a super kick on Cody. And then they beat down Cody, the Bloodline do. Randy comes out to make a temporary save, but to no avail. He's able to hit the Orton DDT on Solo for a second. So then Jacob Fatu beats the shit out of Randy Orton with a spinning elbow. The Bloodline, they attack Randy. They beat him up some more. Jacob Fatu and Solo, they tie up Cody Rhodes in between the ring ropes. And then Tama Tonga and Tama Loa, they hit Randy Orton with the steel steps. Jacob Fatu super kicks the shit out of Randy Orton twice. And then Solo yells at Cody and tells him that this is his fault. And then the Bloodline, they do the shield powerbomb to Randy Orton to the announce table. Solo hits Cody with the Samoan spike. And then Jacob Fatu places the Ulafala around the neck of Solo Sikoa. And then officials check on Randy Orton. And that was it. So this is great. Makes perfect sense. Loved it. Excellent stuff. This is great. We all saw this coming. Hopefully, this allows for a stipulation to be added to the match. Maybe like we get a steel cage match between the two. Maybe we get a last man standing match between the two. Who knows? But we need some type of special stipulation. It just can't be a one-on-one match. We've seen Solo and Cody so many times. So this does need to be a stipulation added. But SmackDown, for the most part, was okay. It was pretty decent. The ending of SmackDown was great, phenomenal. The Bloodline shit continues to kick ass. And everything else on the show was okay. But what did you guys think of SmackDown? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.